YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Face by Morales with another haircut tutorial. Let's go. Alright, we starting this haircut off with balding out, setting in our initial guideline, the bald guideline, and we're shaving everything up underneath of that. We're staying away from the actual long hair by about a quarter of an inch, just so we have an easier transition from bald to stubble. Alright, so now we got them cordless legends and we're setting in our second guideline. And in this haircut I went open, set in all of my guidelines, and then I come and erase them later. Like I start fading up and then I fade down, and so I just set in the guideline with the lever open and then I'll come back to it. Okay, now we have that #1 premium guard, and we're going up another ½ inch, and we're scooping out again at the top so we don't set in no harsh guidelines. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit because it's kind of important that you go over the hair to make sure that it's cut, so you gotta go over the same spot a few times. So that's what I'm doing there with the lever open. I'm going over it multiple times. Alright, and then we went with the 1½ premium guard all the way open, and we're going over it multiple times también, trying to get all of the hair to cut, and we're scooping out at the top not to set no harsh guidelines in. Okay, so now we grab that #4 premium guard and we're just scooping off the top of the head. So I decided to start using guards on my haircut tutorials because I feel like clipper over comb is something that I really can't explain how to do. It's just something that I do, and I think guards are easier. They take a little longer, but I feel like they're easier. Leave it in the comments below if you guys want me to keep doing clipper over comb or continue using guards. Just let me know. But that's the #4 guard, and I'm running it off the side of the head. I'm not digging in at all. I'm digging in at the bottom, but I'm relieving the pressure off at the top so that it flows into the long hair on top. And that's the 3 guard, and we have it open and we're working it. Now we're fading down. I set in the guidelines with the lever open all the way up, and once I get to the highest guard, it's time for me to start fading down. So that's what we're doing now. We have the #3 wide open, and we're combing down the hair, trying to get everything to cut nice and even. Alright, that's the #2 guard. I had it open. I went over the area multiple times, not setting in a guideline anymore. Guidelines are done. Now I'm just starting to blend everything together. So where I left off with that 3, I'm picking up right where I left off with that number 2 premium guard, scooping out, not to set any harsh lines in. And now we got that number 1.5 premium guard, and we have it all the way. No, we actually have it halfway, it looks like. And we're going up. We're trying to tie in to where we left off with that number 2, all the way closed. Another one, Spider G, you're killing it with these beads, carnal. Thank you for letting me use them on my haircut tutorials. I'm all over the place on this fade. I don't know why I dropped all the way back down to the initial guideline, but so what we did is we closed the lever and we're starting to fade out the initial guideline that we set in with the lever open. So now we're gonna bring it to stub from that bald to the number 1 blade, which is the lever all the way open. And I'm just using my corners, trying to get everything inside that guideline to be nice and blurry or faded, however you guys want to word it. Okay, so now we have that half guard, and we're trying to tie in where we left off with the lever open to the number 1 open. And it's nice to have them, the legends with the extended slide, so that I can stretch the blend a little further, even though we're kind of doing a compressed blend on this one. But now I can tie that in with the 1 open. And then I'm just hitting up little detail dark spot that I see beneath where I left off that half guard. Alright, now we're implementing the scrape technique, and like I said, we just put the number 1 guard all the way open. We're just scraping it across the scalp and trying to soften up that blend all the way up. Now we're balding out, setting in our first guideline on this side. Then look at the contrast right there, the difference. It's crazy, huh? Man, I swear one of these days I'm gonna leave one of these kids like this for real. I think it's gonna be funny. You don't know, it might be a new style. And this is what I was telling you guys last time when it comes to cutting hair for YouTube, and you do one side at a time. It's kind of a beast to try to blend it, try to match the sides without doing it all the way around the head. But if you guys are liking these videos, then it's worth it. Alright, so now just like on the other side, we're going up another ½ inch, and we're scooping out a little bit at the top. We're setting in the first guideline or second guideline because we already have the bald guideline set in, and we're going over the same spots over and over, make sure all that hair is cut. And now we have that number 1 guard, premium guard, and we have it open también, and we're going up another 1/2 inch también. Hey, how many of you guys know about beats and how to hear a breakdown, or you know, little time signatures and shit that make a beat? And if so, can you guys hear it in this beat? Let me know in the comments below. Cutting with guards using the number 4 and the number 3 now is different. I don't hate it though. I learned by doing the clipper over comb, and I never used anything over a 2, but you guys are gonna notice that more on my tutorials that I'm doing more compressed blends, and I'm leaving more bulk around the crown area. Let me know what you guys think about that, if that's fire or no. We got that number 2 premium guard right there, and we're floating it off the side of the head. Just trying to get that to blend in nice. That's crazy because normally I would never have that number 2 that low. You know, I would usually run that off the side of the head, but with this new like lower fades and compressed fades, I don't know, just something to get used to. Alright, so there's that 1.5 guard, and I'm adjusting my lever. I got it open right now, I'm trying to blend in where I left off with that 2 closed, and then I closed it and trying to get it where it blends into that 1.5 open. It's itself, trying to get it to blend into itself. But does anybody else like go halfway with their 1.5 guard? Because I never do. Let me know in the comments below if that's something y'all do. Hey, and who can relate to this kind of hair texture? Man, because it feels like you have to like keep going at it. Like this hair texture is kind of a beast to blend. Let me know down below if you guys are familiar with this hair texture. Alright, now we got that 1/2 guard on there, trying to bring everything together, trying to get this blend blurry to the best of our ability at this point of our career. Like you could see that little thing right there actually blending right before our eyes. It's when you speed it up like that, by using that technique. And it's really not hard to do. I mean, I feel like if you have it at the right angle, it does most of the cutting for you. And this is the time to start getting everything symmetrical and trying to get the 2 sides to join in the back so as straight as you can get it. Hey, I don't know if you do already, but if you don't follow me, you should go follow me on Instagram. It's at Fades by Morales, and you can see some more of the work that I do. See right here, we're just trying to tie everything all in now by scraping it against the scalp and softening up that blend. You really don't put no lines or nothing when you do it that way. I feel like it wasn't soft enough. These compressed blends, it's a new, it's something new to me. I'm liking it. It's not that I'm disliking it or anything. It's just, it's gonna take some getting used to. But we working at it. We've been doing a lot of them lately. And thinning shears is something I feel like it should be implemented on almost any haircut or every haircut. Let me know if you guys use thinning shears. You see when the camera is zoomed out, it looks a lot better zoomed in. What I was trying to get at. Now we're just doing a little detail work. We're gonna do both sides. This is the scariest part of a haircut, because right here is when you can like mess up the worst, and it's all in the detail process. So it'll end up making you raise your fade or something. This is the most trouble part right here. So just use the corners slow. I have it sped up, but I actually go slow when it comes to that process. And now it's time for the lineup. So right there, what I have is the Kimmy 1949s, but my homie Ivy Mac, he hooked me up with this bracket where I could put the Deep Tooth GTX Andes blade on it, and it hits when it comes to certain hair textures, some more than others. Let me know what you guys know about that in the comments below. So we set it in the middle. It's like where we started. I worked it to my left, his right, and now I'm just gonna connect the two. You can see I left a little bit long hairs right there. I'm gonna go ahead and do some trimmer over comb, soften up that front line, and trying to get these things to hit. The blade is brand new and everything, so I think that, I don't know, like, it needs to be used for a minute so that it could hit harder. They didn't do too bad though, pretty good. Cleaning up the blend right there a little bit by using the corners. Alright, so if you guys see one of my last videos, I was talking about this trimmer that I got from Wish. I was able to put the detailer blade right on it without any modifications or anything. It's just a plug and play. Now those things are crazy hit. They hit super hard. It's just a tap and go right there. I already had the blade, so I just spent $7 on that trimmer. So I went opposite direction with the trimmer. which I don't know why I did that, because I was gonna use the shave. I was gonna shave inside of it anyways. Usually I do that when I no longer shave. I was actually thinking about not shaving it, but I felt like I could clean it up a lot better with the razor. That's why I went with the straight razor. Right here, we're just cleaning it out. That's like getting all the hair that's in there, sharpening up the bottom line, stretching the skin to make sure we don't cut his scalp. Trying to get that part as clean as we can get it. Alright, here we go. This was the before. And that's the end result. That's the after. With the part. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. That's the cut.